Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to be here today to talk about effective naming conventions in Power Apps. On this first slide, you'll see the title of our presentation, along with the subtitle, which emphasizes the importance of clarity, consistency, and collaboration in scalable app development. Over the course of this session, we'll explore best practices for naming, how to implement them effectively, and how they can help improve your overall app development process. Let's get started. Let's talk about why naming conventions really matter in Power Apps. When we use consistent and clear naming conventions, it helps us avoid errors and confusion. This is crucial because it makes our apps easier to understand, not just for ourselves, but also for our team members. Clear naming boosts collaboration because everyone can quickly grasp what each component is supposed to do. It also significantly improves our development efficiency. When names are descriptive and consistent, maintaining the app becomes much simpler. This means faster bug fixes and smoother updates, saving us time and frustration. On the other hand, without good naming, our apps become cluttered and hard to read, which increases the risk of mistakes and slows down the entire development process. So, by adopting effective naming conventions, we're not just making our apps more organized, we're also making collaboration smoother and development more efficient. It's really about setting ourselves up for success with clear, understandable, and maintainable Power Apps. Let's talk about some common problems that arise when naming conventions are not followed. When names are misleading or unclear, it can cause a lot of misunderstandings in the app logic. This often leads to more errors and makes collaboration among developers much more difficult. For example, using generic names like text input 1 or button next might seem quick at first, but they don't tell you what the control is really for or how it functions. This can cause errors and waste a lot of time trying to figure out what each element does. When naming isn't clear, development speed takes a hit because team members spend extra time trying to understand the code instead of building it. This lack of clarity also makes debugging more challenging. It becomes harder and slower to identify issues because inconsistent or misleading names just add confusion. Finally, confusing or unclear names make it tough to understand what controls or variables are supposed to do. This increases the chances of mistakes, as developers might select the wrong element or misunderstand the overall app logic. So, having good naming conventions is crucial to keep development smooth, efficient, and error-free. Let's talk about the benefits of consistent naming in Power Apps. First, good naming keeps the app neat and scalable. When everything is clearly labeled, it's much easier to maintain and grow over time. This leads to long-term efficiency because you spend less time hunting down components or fixing issues. Next, consistent naming improves app organization. When new team members join, they can quickly understand how things are structured and start contributing right away, no guesswork involved. This really speeds up onboarding and helps everyone get up to speed faster. It also makes updating and maintaining the app much smoother. When names are clear and consistent, locating and fixing issues becomes easier. Plus, adding new features is less complicated because you understand the existing setup better. Another key point is that clear naming reduces mistakes. When everyone uses the same naming conventions, there's less confusion, and the development process is much more streamlined. Fewer errors means smoother progress overall. Lastly, consistent naming ensures everyone understands what each component does, which is vital for teamwork. Whether it's seasoned developers or new team members, shared understanding fosters better collaboration and aligns the entire team toward common goals. So, by adopting effective naming conventions, we're not just making our apps look better. We're making them more reliable, scalable, and easier to work with for everyone involved. Let's talk about automating naming conventions in Power Apps. Effective naming conventions are essential for keeping your apps organized and easy to manage. Automated tools play a crucial role here because they help identify naming issues quickly and efficiently. This proactive approach minimizes potential problems before they even make it into production. By implementing automation, you not only prevent errors but also keep your apps tidy and reliable. It makes ongoing management much simpler, especially as your apps grow and evolve over time. Adding automated checks into your deployment pipeline ensures that every app adheres to your naming standards before it goes live. This step is vital to maintain consistency and quality across all your applications. Automation also saves you a lot of time. It reduces manual checks and catches errors early in the development process, streamlining everything. Plus, as your app ecosystem expands, automation helps maintain naming consistency. Tools like PowerShell and the Platform CLI can automatically scan your apps, flagging any naming issues so you can address them promptly. Overall, automation is a key strategy for ensuring your apps remain well-organized, reliable, and easy to manage as they grow. Now, let's talk about using PowerShell for naming checks in Power Apps. First, you'll need to install the PowerShell module for Power Apps. This is a crucial step because it gives you access to your environment and allows you to manage it effectively. Once you have the module installed, the next step is to connect to your Power Apps environment using the Add Power Apps account command. This connection is important because it ensures you have the right permissions to perform your naming checks. After you're connected, you can run scripts that scan your controls, variables, and screens for any naming violations. For example, you might check whether control names follow specific patterns like camel case or if they have the correct prefixes. This helps maintain consistency across your app. You can also modify these scripts to match your team's preferred naming conventions. Whether your team favors camel case, snake case, or another style, customizing your scripts ensures everyone stays aligned. This process supports the overall goal of establishing effective naming conventions, which ultimately makes your Power Apps easier to maintain and scale. Now, let's look at how we can use the Power Platform CLI to help with naming checks. First, it's important to install the Power Platform CLI on your machine. This tool is essential because it allows us to automate various tasks, including checking for proper naming conventions, directly from the command line. Once installed, you can use commands like pack canvas export to export your app files. This step prepares the files for further analysis and validation. After exporting, the next step is to write scripts that scan these exported files for any naming issues, such as special characters or missing prefixes. This helps ensure that your naming conventions are consistently followed, which can prevent potential issues down the line. The CLI also integrates smoothly with automated workflows, allowing for quick and efficient validation. This integration supports teams in maintaining a uniform naming standard without much manual effort. As an example, you might use a command like pack canvas export. This command demonstrates how straightforward it is to export your app files using the CLI. Overall, leveraging the Power Platform CLI for naming checks streamlines the process and keeps your Power Apps projects organized and compliant. Now, let's talk about integrating naming checks into your deployment pipelines. One of the most effective ways to ensure consistent naming conventions in Power Apps is to run validation scripts before you actually deploy. This step is crucial because it helps prevent any disruptions in your deployment process that might occur if naming standards aren't met. By testing these scripts during the build phase, you can catch violations early on. If any issues are found, the pipeline will automatically stop and report those problems, making sure that only compliant components move forward. This process not only saves time, but also maintains the quality of your deployments. To embed this into your workflow, you can integrate naming validation directly into Azure DevOps pipelines. Adding a PowerShell or CLI task to your build pipeline is a seamless way to enforce these standards before deployment happens. Overall, these checks are an essential part of automating and standardizing your Power Apps deployment process, ensuring everything adheres to your naming conventions every time. Now, let's talk about setting clear naming rules for your team. Having effective naming conventions in Power Apps is essential for smooth collaboration. Clear rules help your team work more efficiently and also reduce errors that can happen when names are inconsistent or unclear. When everyone follows the same naming standards, misunderstandings decrease and teamwork gets a lot easier. For example, variables should use camel case, like total count. This means the first word is lowercase, and each subsequent word starts with a capital letter. Collections or data sources, on the other hand, should use Pascal case, such as orders collection. Using these distinct styles helps everyone recognize what type of item they're dealing with at a glance. It's also important to choose descriptive names that clearly show each item's purpose. When names are meaningful, team members can quickly understand what a variable or collection is for without digging through code. This improves overall clarity and speeds up development. Avoid using special characters or spaces in your names. This practice keeps names safe, readable, and less prone to causing issues in your code or systems. Clean, simple names prevent potential errors and make maintenance easier. Finally, define and stick to consistent nomming styles throughout your app. Whether you pick camel case or Pascal case, using one style everywhere avoids confusion. Consistency is key to creating a professional, organized, and easy-to-maintain Power App. Now, let's talk about effective nomming conventions in Power Apps. One of the key tools we have is using alerts to notify us when nomming conventions are violated. This helps us catch issues early before they become bigger problems. Policies are also essential. They make sure that all your apps and flows comply with your team's standards before you even publish them. This keeps everything consistent and professional. To enforce these standards, you can set environment policies that either block or warn users when they use bad names. This way, everyone is guided towards maintaining proper nomming practices. Maintaining workspace order is crucial. Policies help ensure that everything in your Power Platform environment stays clean, organized, and easier to manage. And finally, policy compliance for publishing is a must. By setting these rules, you make sure that only properly named and compliant apps and flows go live, keeping your environment reliable and well-structured. All of these tools, alerts, policies, and standards, work together to help you manage your Power Platform environment effectively, ensuring a smooth and organized workflow. Now, let's talk about monitoring compliance and reporting. Regular monitoring is essential because it helps us catch problems early before they become bigger issues. It also keeps our apps consistent and easier to maintain over time. By staying proactive, we ensure that everyone continues to follow the nomming conventions we've set, which is key for long-term success. One effective way to do this is by using automated tools that generate reports highlighting any nomming issues. These tools give us valuable insights into our compliance status and make monitoring much more efficient. In addition, it's important to periodically review our apps and flows. Regular reviews help us spot deviations quickly so we can correct them before they impact users or maintenance. Training plays a crucial role too. Regularly educating our team members about our standards and common mistakes helps reinforce the importance of compliance. It reduces errors and keeps everyone aligned. Lastly, documenting our nomming rules in a shared file accessible to the whole team ensures everyone has easy access to the standards. This shared resource helps maintain consistency and reference whenever needed. Together, these practices help us keep our Power Apps well-organized, compliant, and easy to manage long-term. Now, to ensure that our nomming conventions really stick, it's important to conduct regular reviews and refresh training as needed. This helps keep everyone aligned and make sure our standards stay relevant as our projects evolve. Using automated checks can be a real game changer here. They help reinforce compliance automatically, which minimizes manual errors and ensures that everyone adheres consistently to the nomming standards. Encouraging feedback from the team and updating our rules collaboratively is equally vital. When everyone feels involved in shaping the standards, it fosters ownership and ensures the guidelines evolve to meet practical needs. Providing ongoing training sessions and making documentation easily accessible also plays a big role. This way, your team has all the knowledge and resources they need to follow the standards effectively. And finally, communicating clear nomming rules complete with examples and the reasons behind them, is essential. It ensures everyone understands not just the what, but also the why, so the standards are truly embraced and correctly applied across the board. Let's talk about maintaining and evolving your nomming standards in Power Apps. It's crucial to review your nomming rules every few months. This helps you adapt to new requirements and ensures your standards stay relevant as your app and team grow. Regularly reviewing these rules means your nomming conventions remain effective and up to date. Next, it's important to update your documentation and automation scripts accordingly. When you make changes, updating these resources keeps your processes aligned with the latest standards, preventing confusion down the line. Encouraging team input is also key. When everyone can contribute to refining standards and sharing challenges, you create more practical and effective nomming conventions that work well in real-world scenarios. Regular checks and updates help prevent technical debt, those messy, outdated parts of your app that can become a burden. Proactive maintenance like this keeps your apps easy to manage and ensures long-term efficiency and clarity. Finally, continuous improvement is the foundation of strong Power Apps. By constantly refining your nomming standards and practices, you support the growth, scalability, and robustness of your applications, making sure they evolve along with your team and business needs.